turn now by sharing my screen to candles and Kiddush. There we go. Oh, sorry. I have my big news of the week is a new computer. So I am learning how to do it. There we go. The new mouse pad is very sensitive. And so I am thrilled to ask Michelle Brown to lead us in Candles and Kiddush.
As these Shabbat and festival candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, through our lives, give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations who have kindled these lights. So may we be inspired to kindle these lights.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat v'yom tov.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who makes us holy with mitzvot and who teaches us to kindle the light of Shabbat and this festival. The heaven and earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God stopped on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on that day, God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Barei peri hagafen. L'chaim.
And because it is, thank you, Michelle. Michelle, I think I have the same candlesticks as you. Thank you very much, Michelle. And because it is festival, we continue with Shehechianu, thanking God for allowing us to reach this moment, this joyous moment of Simchat Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
We turn to our opening reading, Let Torah. Let Torah hold your moments, carry your days, lift your ways. Let Torah fill your hands, nourish your breath, refresh your heart. Let Torah sustain your words, enliven your deeds, lead you home. And as we celebrate Torah, we celebrate that Torah is our never-ending cycle. We deepen our prayer by turning to the words of the Baruch Hu, our call to worship, where we say, yes, we are really ready to pray. We rise as comfortable in body or in spirit.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Vaed.
We are each a Torah filled with the words of our ancestors, the words our parents told to us, the words we tell ourselves. We are each a Torah to be held up with pride, to be carried, to learn from, and to teach each other. We are each a Torah to be handled with great care, to be treated with gentleness, aware of how easy we can break and how valuable we are. We are each a Torah to be embraced and celebrated with dance and song, honoring the knowledge and beauty we bring to this world. And that beautiful, beautiful, and perfect poem was written by none other than Dina Nair Menlowitz. And we are each a Torah. The next prayer, the Shema, has words of Torah that we each call holy.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol lebavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam Beshivtecha b'veitecha, uv'lechtecha v'derech, uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha, ukshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uv'isharecha. Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, Vitem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim. Liot lachem lelohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We turn now to Michamocha, to our song of freedom, to our song of redemption, and the remembrance that throughout Torah was our narrative, our story. And as we come to the end of Torah this evening, we go right back to the beginning, because our story never ends. Our story keeps going. And in this moment, as we sing Michamocha, we are continually remembering our redemption and our liberation.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Nora tehilot, osef eleh, Nora tehilot, osef eleh, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed. Malchutecha ra'u v'necha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'elianu ve'amru, Ze'elianu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch leolam vaed. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai
from celebrating our journey to freedom, we turn now to Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu is a song of protection, asking God to place a Sukkot Shalom over us as we end Sukkot, as we end the physical building of protection. We remember that with God, we have spiritual protection. With prayer, we have a spiritual Sukkot Shalom. We sing together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Lehamidenu malkeinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We turn now to the Tafila, the center of our liturgy, in which we refocus ourselves, remember those who came before us, our forefathers and foremothers, God's strength and the sanctity of this day. As you are comfortable, please rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav lehoshia. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidom elach, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
So we turn now to Shalom Rav. And Shalom Rav is a prayer asking God for a great peace. And Shalom is we know that Shalom means peace, it means hello, it means goodbye. It also comes from the word for wholeness. And so as we sing Shalom Rav, there are many ways that we are whole. There are many things that we are grateful for, many things that we give thanks for. And so in the chat, we lift up those blessings, those things that were special, those things that we're happy for this week as we sing together.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech hador lechol hashalom. Tahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Tov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
We take a few moments now for silent prayer and reflection.
Adonai Tzuri V'Gali.
So tonight, in addition to being Shabbat, it is also Simchat Torah. And that literally means joy of Torah. And one of my favorite teachings about the Torah, I teach it every year on this festival, is that as we finish the final words of Deuteronomy, which Diane Green will actually read, the final word, as she would be able to tell you, is Yisrael, which ends with the Hebrew letter Lamed. And the first word, which Susan Merdler will read, is Bereshit, which begins technically with a bet, but bet and vet are the same letter. So if you take Lamed and vet, you get the Hebrew word lev, which is heart, which reminds us that the Torah should always be in our hearts. And Simchat Torah means joy of the Torah, and that the joy of Torah should always be in our hearts. And we finish it, and we don't even pause. We immediately start again, because it reminds us there should never be a moment of our lives that Torah is not with us in our hearts, teaching us and guiding us. So with that, we begin our Torah service and our Simchat Torah celebration. And we say, assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities, to hear, to learn, and to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully all the words of this Torah, and to let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shemo.
So now we are going to read from the Torah. Well, not one, but two Torahs. First, we will read, actually, Rabbi Shauna, I'm going to stop this video. So we are going to read for Deuteronomy, and to offer the first blessing, the first part of the Aliyah, we need Barbara Feldman, who is somewhere in here. There she is, and we're going to spotlight you, Barbara. Okay, so you're going to unmute, and we're going to spotlight. There you are. And whenever you're ready, you can do the blessing.
Baruch Adonai Hamavorach. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim, V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. And then we're going to take you off spotlight. And Barbara, you can turn back to gallery view if you're still seeing only one thing. And Rabbi Shauna has almost the last. She's just got to rearrange just a little bit. There it is. Perfect. Just unroll the Torah a little bit and you're good to go. There you go. Don't move it. You're good. And our first Torah reader, Howard, you're going to want to unmute. Rabbi Shauna, you are great. Howard?
Yes.
Please.
Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted.
Ready? Vayivchu b'nei Yisrael et Moshe b'arbat Moav shloshim yom v'yitmu yemei b'chi evel Moshe V'Hoshea ben Nun, Malay Ruach, Chachma v'Chi Samach Moshe. Et Yadav, Allah v'Yishma'u, Elah b'nei Yisrael, v'Yasu ka'asher, Siva Adonai et Moshe.
Upside down for us.
Yesher Koach.
Thank you.
And there is Diane.
Ready?
Yep.
V'lo kam navi od b'Yisrael k'Moshe, asher yada'o Adonai panim al panim, l'chol ha'otot v'hamoftim, asher shalaho Adonai, la'asot be'eretz Mitzrayim leFaro, u'lachal avadav, u'lachal artso, u'lachal hayad ha'hazakah, u'lachal hamorah hagadol, asher asa Moshe, le'enei kol Yisrael.
Yesher Koach. And I believe we need Barbara. Is that right?
Nope, we're gonna go right to Bereshit.
Okay, well, let's pull up my Torah, right?
Yep. You need to push something on yours, Rabbi.
Yep, I'm getting there. How's that? We need Torah Cam for Bereshit.
Okay.
Did it work?
I think I asked you to
I did. Let's try it one more time.
Okay. I got you. It's
Got me?
yep.
Yep.
There I am.
You take this one off. Almost there. And then I need to find Susan.
I'm right here.
I'm right. That's
80.
whoops, wrong Susan. What are you under?
Lyle.
Oh, you're under Lyle.
Mhm.
Nope.
Susan and Lyle.
Nope. Okay, let me see if I can find your picture and do it that way.
You can also search, Deb.
There you go.
All right, hang on. Let's get so we can see it.
Oh, you're right. You can search. See, I'm learning.
All right. Go ahead, Susan.
Bereshit barach Elohim et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'ha'aretz hayita tohu v'vohu v'hoshech al panei tehom. V'ruach Elohim merachefet al panei hamayim.
Mr. Koach.
Okay, Lori, you'll need to unmute.
No lip reading here, huh? Sorry.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Vayomer Elohim, Vahi or, Vayar Elohim et Haor, Ki Tov, Vayavdel Elohim, Bain Haor, Uvain Hahoshech. V'krat Elohim Laor Yom Vala Koshach Kara Laila Vahi Erev Vahi Boker Yom Echad.
Mr. Koach. Oh, and Flossie, you need to unmute.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'Eloheinu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And now we turn to our Misha Berach, and we're going to leave the Torah Cam up for just a moment, because for thousands of years, our faith has turned to Torah for strength. And so we continue to turn to Torah for strength during our healing prayer. And so if you are connected to anyone or love anyone who is in need of healing at this time, whether it be a healing of body or a healing of spirit, whether it be someone who is struggling with mental illness or physical illness or just struggling. I invite you to lift up their names in the chat as we also peer at Torah and we sing our healing prayer together. And now we take a moment to dress the Torah, and so Deb is going to sing us to that, and then we'll put the Torah away.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 יה לה 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 לה.
We turn now to Aleinu, our prayer, which reminds us that our job in this world is to lift ourselves up along with God's partnership. And so I magically have a Torah that I could dress all by myself because, you know, dressing that big thing by myself and singing is not the easiest thing to do. So we magically have the baby Torah already ready to go. Rise in body and in spirit. Let us adore the loving God and render praise unto you, who set out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We turn now to our memorial meditation. We turn now to our time of remembering. Bache ibn Pakuda, a 12th century judge and philosopher, wrote, "Our days are scrolls, write on them what you want to be remembered." He teaches us that our lives are like a Torah. Just as the Torah, our tree of life, teaches us how to live, we too can teach others through our words and deeds. How do you want to be remembered? How will you live your life to make this a reality? What lessons do you want to teach, and how will you be an example to others? Our days are scrolls. May we each have the strength and self-confidence to write a Torah that will make us, those who know us, and God proud. And may we now honor the scrolls and lives of those we have loved and lost. And how honored we are to have those very words of our own Rabbi Shauna Nair. On this Shabbat, we remember in Shiva, in the most recent days since their death, C. Philip Crystal, and we remember those in Shoshim, Marion Ratnoff, and we mark the anniversaries of death that fall on this Shabbat: Evelyn Edgert Anthony, Robert J. Anthony, Minnie Carl, Hattie Hyman Dettelbach, Reynold Ellis, Martha Mandelker Fischel, Max Friedman, Walter A. Goldsmith, Jerry Sheldon Hirsch, James J. Cooks, Maurice J. Lakritz, Sylvia Stoddard Louis, Harold Merdler, Louis Olks, Anne Phillips, Helene Rosenberg, Sidner Shapiro, Rose M. Schultz, Isaac Stone, Louis B. Stoddard, Julius Union, Philip Weinstein. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we turn to the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra chirote v'amlich malchute, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam almei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yit hadar, v'yit haleh, v'yit halal, shemeh de kudusha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, give comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say together, Amen. So we turn now to our closing song. Our closing song, I believe, if I'm right, Deb, is Ein Keloheinu.
You are correct.
Okay.
When I need the word, because I always get them in the wrong order. So there we
All
go.
right. So do you need me to like stall a little bit? And
I just found them. I'm all good.
okay. It's all you. Whenever you're ready.
Us. I want to hear you guys, even though I can't hear you guys.
Okay. Well, not me.
Ein Keloheinu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemalkeinu, ein Kamoshienu, mich Eloheinu, mich Adonenu, mich Kemalkeinu, mich Kamoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha.
May God lift up each one of us and be gracious to us.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha. V'yasem lecha shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom.
May we know God's presence all around us, lifting us up and bringing us shalom, peace, and wholeness. Amen. Shabbat shalom.
Amen. Shabbat shalom.
And we should do a motzi, but I don't have, this is the first week, I think. Was just too busy this week. Oh, good. Shauna and Deb, good. You guys have challah. That's what we need. All right.
Sandy and Karen have one, I see.
Oh, Andy has one. Awesome. All right. I feel much better.
Oh.
Go for it.
Hamotzi lachem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. V'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.